I mean, I suppose you can inject Botox anywhere. Are we on the air? Are we on the air?
We are on the air.
And I'm in high definition.
You are in high definition. I am in high definition.
And Sarah,
I'm in low light.
Welcome
you
to
say?
the season finale
Standard.
of
I'm in low
Challenge.
light / standard definition.
Oh, I thought you said you were a lowlife. I was confused.
Well, I mean, shh.
Mashy, nothing but low lives and a hive of scum and villainy. Yeah, I stand by that.
Be a great clubhouse.
Well, you look like a Don right now, and I'm like some Chiquita banana. Who knows?
Yeah.
The banana. I got a vest.
Uh-huh.
I got red. I got a tie because it's the season finale, and I wanted to be season fancy.
Ooh.
So
You want to be seasoned? You went to look.
I wonder what cliffhangers are going to happen. Who's going to die? Who's going to make it to season 2?
Right?
Not it.
Oh, not it.
Oh, damn.
So Sarah's going to make it to season 2. Okay, good.
Yeah.
The rest of it,
Oh!
Shoot.
Ha
it was the wrong lottery.
Oh.
We
got my
have maybe fixed the live chat feature. We'll see if I don't know, one person shows up or not.
Whatever.
Your video and voice is delayed.
There's this person
Mine is?
named Masquerade or Masquerade Jane that keeps jumping in and out of the conversation.
Who would
That's
that be?
me. That is me.
Yeah.
Even though it changed me to guest 94259. Whatever.
I know what's wrong. All these things I have open are like processing and stuff.
Oh,
So I'm
okay.
gonna
That
quit
totally
those.
makes sense. Yeah, you're smoothing out, Jeff. You're smoothing out.
Welcome to the Sausage Factory, where we tell you how the sausage is
I
made.
used that line the other day, Jeff. I wandered into Wizard of Oz rehearsal here, and Jeremy turned and looked at me and says, "What are you doing here?" I said, "Watching the sausage get made." Yeah, and I heard your voice in my head when I said it because that's kind of your thing.
That's my thing, is to put
That's
my voices
watching
in
sausage.
everyone's head. I'm in your head right now. What?
Cool.
Well, it's been a little while. It's been a little longer than normal since the last show.
It has.
Before we talk about the challenge and how everything went, let's just talk about some life stuff and how everybody's doing. And there's lots of updates. And I don't know what everyone can share, especially Adam had some interesting changes recently.
Sure.
So I don't know what we can talk about, what we can't. So let's talk and find out.
Well, do you want to talk about your week, since I feel like you had sort of the most roller coaster week?
I suppose as much of it as I can remember. I don't want to talk too much about it, to be honest. A friend of mine passed away, and that's really that's to say anymore is to say anymore, and I really don't.
Yes,
go
of
too far with
course.
that.
Yes.
But was there anything else
So.
that happened that I should remember? That was
We went to an awesome barbecue.
we did.
Um,
And there you go.
There you go.
that was,
The exciting life and times of Jeff and Sarah.
So I'd like to say hello to our 1, 2, 3,
5.
4, 5 actual followers.
We should write them a nice letter.
I will. I
We
will tweet them a
should.
nice tweet. I will
I was
mention
thinking
them
handwritten
and everything.
stationery.
No,
I don't know.
No, Save the
Okay.
trees
For what?
for something. Save the
Oh.
trees to make wrappers for hamburgers.
I am the Lorax. I speak for the trees.
Have another burger, Lorax.
Nom, nom. Delicious.
Is someone hungry? I think you're hungry.
for the burgers?
So this week, I
Yes.
had a busy week.
You did.
It was.
There's
all
a lot of
over the
peer
place.
pressure involved in your week.
There was a lot of peer pressure.
I mean, friendly, encouraging, nudging.
No, I'm just gonna say Friday was nuts. Friday was nuts.
Was everyone telling you what to do?
Well, that was an aspect of it. I was getting a lot of gentle encouragement from a lot of my friends and my brother. I'm still not even sure if my mom is aware of the news. I texted her in that group one I sent out. But we'll find out. We'll find out. But anyway, so a lot of gentle goading because I was at a crossroads. I had two jobs potentially, and so I made the decision on Friday for which one I have chosen. So I will be starting on July 6th to be the new.
Oh my God, that's so soon.
So yeah, things are going to get nutser. So on July 6th, I am starting as the new curriculum coordinator of the Children's Theater of Charlotte in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Hooray!
Yay!
So when are you moving?
I need to move over because with residencies and classes that I'm accountable for here end on July 2nd. So I need to move over July 4th weekend. That third, 4th,
Oh my
and 5th.
gosh.
Oh.
Yep.
So,
Like you'll be
I guess
settled
we can
July
help you
4th,
on
or
the...
we'll start the process July 4th. Sorry, Sarah.
Ideally, I would like to be settled, or at least in Charlotte with my things by the 4th.
In time to
That
watch
would
the
be-
fireworks.
True, yeah, we could all celebrate. We could all celebrate. All right.
Well, I was just
Yeah, that
saying,
was
we
heavy.
could
think I
probably
know what's
do...
happening.
We could do the 5th or the 4th, because I feel like if we try to drive on that holiday,
Oh, that would
it's going to
suck.
be
Yeah. Oh, totally. Yeah.
nutso.
But yeah, we'll
But on the 5th, we could totally...
talk.
'Cause
We'll
it's like
talk
what?
after the podcast. They don't want to hear.
Okay,
this.
that's right.
But yeah,
Right,
Sausage,
okay.
sausage.
Sure, but-
We'll help you move. We'll
Sausage.
figure out the day.
Yeah.
We won't be schmucks.
sure. I've
and
also
we'll
But
help
it's
you schlep your-
exciting!
Yeah. And so I committed to that job, which meant I had to say no to another job, both very lucrative and satisfying for different reasons. We closed the company Q show on that Friday. I also knew our mutual friend that passed away. And and so it was all of those things were happening together, as well as it was the end of the first week of summer teaching here. And I was modeling and it was that Playmakers, which is 6 to 7 year olds, which is high energy all day. And so it was a crazy, like, just Friday. Friday was nuts. But now I am, starting to move forward and make decisions, and I'm needing to find a place to live in Charlotte. So I don't know if the people that listen and follow us, if they'd be able to help with that. But if you know anybody in Charlotte, send it my way.
I do. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a theater person I could connect you with
Cool beans.
up there.
Yeah. But and I told my fun story to Sarah. Well, you heard it too. Never mind. It's in the
You want to
pre-roll.
share it? It's pretty good.
All right. So this is what happened to me, guys, on Monday night. So because I'm in transition, I moved into my friend's house, and they haven't moved into the house yet. They just bought it like 2 weeks ago. So I am there by myself. It's a house with lots of hard surfaces, wooden floors. So the house is empty. I am in a dead sleep at about 12:30 in the morning on Monday, and I wake up because there's a sound that sounds like somebody trying to come in through the front door, like that sound of the screen door opening before people start jiggling with the lock. And I just freeze, terrified. I'm in the dark, and I hear this noise. And then I hear it again. And then I start to sit up because I'm like, it's the exact same noise, like similar duration, everything. And I finally realize it's the damn smoke alarm. The smoke alarm in the kitchen, the battery is dying. And so it's giving off one of those beeps and then giving you this automated message that says, change my batteries. But it is coming out so distorted, it doesn't even sound like words. So I had to wander into the kitchen. And of course, you have to keep in mind, I'm naked. I'm by myself in this house, so why would I put on clothes?
Low.
Yeah. So
Right.
in the kitchen, the entire house, because it's an older house, 10-foot ceilings. There's no furniture in the house. There's nothing to stand on to reach this damn smoke alarm that keeps making noise at 1 o'clock in the morning. And so I jumped. I just kept jumping and swatting at it like a monkey until it finally came off the ceiling. Like, it took me 5 tries. And I remember I swatted it off and yanked it off the floor and ripped the batteries out. And by that point, I was awake since I had done calisthenics at 1 o'clock in the morning. So I just laid in bed. So I've been sleep deprived since then. Like, I've been playing catch up these last 2 days since
Can't
then.
sleep. Clowns will eat me. Can't sleep. Lest anyone miss it, I would love to hear Sarah's monkey noise again.
Let's see if I can do it.
Oh,
It can get louder, but I don't want to blow out the.
Oh, I missed the video. You
speakers.
broke the video when you did it. That might be for the best.
There you go.
Video's back now. I just imagine, Adam, the fire alarm being like, Daisy.
That's kind of what it was like. But oh man. So
not
again, my life is a
That's
cartoon.
terrifying.
My life is.
Well, I'm glad you told it. I missed half the story
That's
because I was doing
awesome.
sound check earlier. So.
You did. There's other stories that you can hear in the
I'll hear it on the pre-roll.
In the
That's great.
pre-recording.
I'll throw it on. To continue, I didn't mean to make the subject forbidden or anything to talk about our friend. It was just, if anyone wants to talk about it, that's fine. It's just for me, I've talked enough, so
Yep.
I'm happy to.
No,
listen
I
to
just, but
somebody else,
it
I
was.
still
That's
really
why
wanna
we had
go
to take
there.
a week off, and it was very, it
Yeah, that's why the show went dark.
was
so.
important. So should we talk about the challenge?
Well, yeah. First, I'd like to say when I went back and I listened to last week's, the last episode, when I listened to number 5, I wanted to get across that the challenge itself was not because I feel like you are someone who complains. That wasn't the intent at all.
Sarah? Is that
you, Sarah?
like,
Yeah,
thank you.
anyone could have done the challenge. I want to do the challenge. I wanted to do the challenge, but it happens in the rotation that it was your turn. If it had been
Yes.
Adam's turn, I would have given it to Adam. So I just wanted to clear that up first. Does anyone want to
Thanks.
explain what the actual challenge was?
Well,
it
since
was mine, I could.
you and Adam issued it, I feel like you should explain it, and then I will.
Sure.
Remind them what it was, Jeff.
Yeah, sure. So it came from an article that I read from Tim Ferriss's blog, and it's not a new thing. I think he got it from a pastor, but basically it was an abbreviated version of a thing called 21 Days Without Complaint, and we did 7 days without complaint, and the goal was to go 7 days without a complaint as defined by the challenge. Okay? The challenge defines a complaint as saying anything, and Sarah, I believe you did some in-depth reading of the article after the fact, and so you can correct me if I've missed anything. But my understanding was, the way we issued it was, a complaint is any time that you say something negative about a person or a situation, or just a general negative comment about whatever's happening, without immediately offering a solution, without immediately offering a next action that you can take should
Right.
this happen again, or to make it better in that moment. And the trick
Right.
was you have a bracelet on your wrist, and
Yep.
every time that you complain, as defined by the challenge, then you have to move the bracelet over to the other wrist.
To the other
And when you
wrist,
do
yes.
that, you start over at day 0.
Yep.
Okay.
So what
I
day
have
are you
to
on
ask the
right now,
question.
Sarah? Yeah.
I'm on day 0. I'm on day 0.
Okay.
I get about 4 days in, and then because the article also said that they tried to, like, anytime they cussed out of just frustration or whatever, or anytime they felt themselves even being negative, if they didn't even say anything, they would sometimes change it. So the first 2 days, I got really wigged out about this challenge because I felt so hyper aware, and I felt like I couldn't just speak normally. And then I got over that. But I have noticed that, like for me, it's when I'm in traffic and I say some colorful language in traffic. But that's like, for me, it's like, no, that's a thing. And so I would switch. Or like the other day, the cats were just driving me up a wall. Like, they were really hyper and they were running around. And I was at my wit's end, and I texted Jeff and said, the cats are driving me up a wall. And I was like, that's a complaint. Because I didn't have a solution. But I have noticed that when I do complain about a situation, or I, release frustration, I feel like I don't always state my my solution. I just do it. Like, I do the solution to the problem. Like, oh, this isn't working. This is so frustrating, while I'm fixing something. And so I'm trying to be more aware about vocalizing when I have an idea. Even if it's just, I know how to fix it, as opposed to let me explain in depth, because I'm not always like that. But yeah, I was about 4 days in, and then today I just sort of lost my shit over something stupid. And so I was like, oh, I guess I gotta take it. And so now I'm at day 0, and I'm actively trying to be more aware of how I not necessarily say things, but be more aware of that when you do complain or you do point out something that's frustrating, to think aloud of something also positive. So it's, you know what I mean? Like you're not just putting something negative out in the universe. You're also saying, but this is good. You know what I mean? So it's sort of like a balance thing. There was one day, I think it was like 5 or 6 days ago, I think it was last week, where I just took the bracelet off because I was like done. I was like frustrated, and I was like everything emotionally had happened, and I was like, I'm giving myself a day to say fuck it. But I don't know. I guess the person who could say if I've noticed or a change would be Jeffrey, since he actively watches me in sometimes a non-creepy way.
I'm watching. I try to make it audibly creepy as well.
Thank you.
That's true.
Sure,
The suit-
I'll
the suit
talk about
helps.
some of my observations. So it was weird because I had to make sure. Ooh, it's hot. It's hot in here. Excuse me. I had to make sure that I wasn't trying to coach the exercise in any way. That I wasn't trying to assert my opinion on when it should be changed. Because there were times where I realized that if we were doing the challenge differently, there are times that I would have changed it. And there are times maybe where I wouldn't have changed it. And that's just a difference in our opinion, and that's fine. I don't know. I felt like it was a struggle the first few days, just as an observer, like you were having a rough time with it. Because you, and I'm interested in you talking about this, you expressed to me that you felt hindered in your communication.
I do.
Not because you wanted to
did.
complain, but because you felt like you couldn't express yourself fully. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, well, because I'm very in tune with my emotions, and I'm very articulate when it comes to my emotions. And so, like, if you ask me how I'm feeling, whether it's frustration or happiness or whatever, I express it. Like, I'm very vocal about how I feel and how I express myself. And so to have the first few days of the challenge, I was like, I don't know how to approach things, because sometimes I feel like venting is healthy, because then you're not holding on to it. It's like, I'm really frustrated about this. I don't understand why this is the way it is, and then you can move on. You know what I mean? And then I was like, I guess I can't do that. And it's hard because while you issued me the challenge, you're also my person, and so it was sort of like, what the hell do I do? Do I just talk to myself? I mean, I do, but like I appreciate your feedback when, in our living situation. That sounds so mechanical, but you know what I mean? And I think it just... No, it just felt really, like, stifling. And then I got over it because I realized it was not about fixing something. It was about just being more aware. And so I, instead of having tunnel vision, I just softened my focus and was like, big picture,
I have a question, because now that we're on the other end of the challenge, and you've definitely thought about where the boundaries of this challenge were and what they meant for you, and so I just ask, and this is for either one of you, but the challenge is to if you complain, to switch to another wrist, but is it only saying it, and I don't want to say like because you're getting caught, but only saying it within earshot of other people, so that sense of putting it out, no, it's not? Okay. So it's just...
Well, not for me. For me, It wasn't, because, there was a few times when, especially, when I told you I got frustrated with the cats, and I was like,
Right.
no. It made me hold myself accountable, because I was like, I was just...
Right.
complaining,
but
and so I
I also agree with you that you at least what I heard, like the frustration of sometimes you need to just vent, and so that's I guess why I was asking the question of because it made me think of, and gosh, I'm trying to remember what the heck this was called. It was in one of the Buddhist meditation books, but there was a style of, or a thing called, and I want to say Tongic or Tonga, but it was essentially the idea
Tonka.
Tonka. I'll have to look it up. I can't remember. But anyway, it was essentially, because you know how the sort of advice for any type of sort of meditation calming thing is to take a breath in and then blow out your frustrations into the universe so that you can be calm. And with this particular sort of philosophy, it's the opposite. The idea is you are breathing in to absorb the negative energy, so because you are the only thing that has agency to change it. Right?
Right.
So the idea is you never want to blow out and put that negativity out into the universe. You are responsible for dealing with it. And just based on the way you're talking
Where are
a little
you
bit,
on the venting thing, Adam?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Go
Me?
ahead. Sorry.
Me?
Well, no,
Or
yeah,
Sarah?
but finish your thought. Based on where you, Adam, based on
Sure.
where finish your thought. Sorry.
No, because I agree. I think venting is healthy. Sometimes you just need to unload it to get it all out. Because, I personally have a habit of rumination where you just play things over and over and over and over again through infinity. And some of that is because I think the way I choose to structure my life that, I don't live with somebody else. And sometimes I feel somewhat imposing by calling to vent to Jeff, Chet, my brother, and that becomes a thing. So I would say as a general thing, I think it is good and fine to vent. Then you just have to make sure that you don't let the venting become a rumination process, thereby allowing yourself to just relive and replay the situation again and again and again by, okay, I want to feel this again, so I need to find somebody else to tell this whole story to again, So,
Was that part of what you read in the challenge, Sarah? Sorry, go ahead.
I was saying I have a really great example of how there was a situation that happened. We were at a grocery store and we had an issue with one of the employees there. And I didn't say anything, and I made the situation better, even though I was not getting treated very nicely. I just didn't say anything, and we left the store, and as we were walking out the door, I said, that really bothered me. What occurred really bothered me, and I want to do something about it, but I don't want to go back in there and shoo someone out. I want to be productive about it, because it was important to stand up for myself. And so Jeff's like, well, let's get a manager and tell him what happened. And I said, yes, let's. And so we got the manager and we said the situation. They were on our side, obviously, and they corrected the situation. And I felt a lot better because I had done something about it. Because, I was trying to not call the person out while it was happening. I was like, I'm just waiting. And then we did something constructive about it, and I felt vindicated in a positive way. Now, what were you saying, Jeff? What were you asked something?
Oh, I was asking if wasn't there something in the article or something in your research about the challenge that brought up the idea of reliving stuff over and over? And maybe it was
Adam had brought that up last week, or the last episode.
Oh, that's what it
was
is.
That when you emotionally talk about something, you kind of put your body through the experience again. I know for me, because I have PTSD, that sometimes when I talk about it or I talk about the situations, I feel that past anxiety because I'm remembering, you know what I mean? Yeah. And I think it's because we're very in tune with our emotions. So when we remember that, we're also remembering the feelings and everything else. And so you're still putting your body through that emotional stress.
Yeah. So I got to say, I feel like a little bit of the loner here because it's not that I don't do that. I think I just do it mentally. I will replay stuff. I'll replay stuff in my head a lot, but I don't talk about it, and I don't talk about a lot of things. I don't like to vent. Does that make sense? I don't know if it's a...
Sorry, it was the tone that Sarah took just there.
Sorry.
It was like the crossed arms and the toe tapping.
But I don't know that it's whether it's healthy or not or whatever. But, when it's bad enough, I do
have
talk,
an observation if you would like to hear
even
it.
in the show just now, I'm like, I'm not going to talk about certain things.
Choose door number one. Number one.
Yes, because we're entertaining, I hope, people. Yes.
I have observed, because you are a vessel and you hold things in. You bottle it up, but eventually the bottle bursts, right? Too much pressure happens. And then I find that you will have moments where you are so stressed out that you release it and then apologize for releasing this energy that you have, and it just takes you out of everything. You know what I mean? Like you shut down, and that happens to everyone. But I feel like you feel it so much more because you never talk about it and you never release, so that when you finally do, it's like a huge eruption and you feel everything at once. And that's why, like, sometimes when I ask you, what are you feeling? You can't articulate it because you're feeling all the things at once, as opposed to actively saying, well, this is how I feel, and, you know.
Yeah, I'm not good at that.
Agreed.
Most of the time when she says, what are you
I think
feeling?
you've gotten
I say,
a lot
I don't
better.
know. I either say, I don't know,
I feel like
or
you've
nothing.
gotten a lot better, though. I mean, since we've been together.
Somebody ever asked me how I'm feeling, I just say everything and then smash through the wall like Kool-Aid Man.
Right. Yes.
Welcome to Couches, a personal narrative about the inner workings of our psyche. Today, we have special guest, the Kool-Aid Man.
Oh, yeah.
We have joining with us Dr. Balki Bartakamis. And-
I love you, cousin. Don't be ridiculous. There we go. I was like,
and
what's
finally-
his catchphrases?
finally on our panel, we have Rachel Maddow.
The best new thing this week?
Yes.
She has great posture. I love Rachel.
I know you
I
do.
love her so much.
Rachel Maddow.
Well, what else is there to say about this challenge? I would like to do it, I think, after the challenge. Do the challenge after this is
Well,
over.
why can't we simultaneously do it? Because I'm on day 0, so
Yeah, I could start on day 0.
we
That could be a thing. That could be a thing.
I got bracelets galore.
Here,
I don't
I
have a lot
gotta-
to complain about
I'll
this
reach
week,
into
so maybe
my
we...
monitor.
I got a blue one.
Pass it through the monitor. I'm reaching in right
I
now.
got a black one. There you go.
Man, if I had a purple one to pull up and screen right now, that would be
That'd
the
be
most
awesome.
awesome shit ever.
That would be amazing.
So I
were
was when I was going through this thingamajig, the challenge. I came across this BuzzFeed article that I will send to all of you. Jeff has it, but I'll send it to you, Adam. And it is a list of like certain applications that help you with stress, depression, if you have PTSD. There's like a whole bunch, and there's some that are free, and there's some that are like $2 or $3. But there's like some for like if you get depression or if you have anxiety attacks, it like helps you mark like where you were and what you were doing and how it made you feel, and then like it suggests certain coping mechanisms. And there's one for like if you're an addict or whatever, it lets you know about like all the different like AAs and meeting groups you can go
cool.
to like right then. And like yeah, there's a whole bunch of them on this list, and I thought it'd be really cool if we each picked one, and we can do the same one, it doesn't matter, and we tried it out.
Okay.
Because I know that, like,
can you,
I
can you read the
suffer
list to
from-
me? Can you share the list with everybody
Oh,
so we can get a
gosh.
sense of what it is?
Yeah.
And we can all pick it
Yes. Let me pull it up.
Cool.
Because I know I sent you the link, so now I'm looking for...
out. Okay, Adam and I will rock, paper,
The
scissors for
link.
who's going first while you look for it. Here we
Is it
go.
rock, paper,
and the rules
scissors,
are rock,
shoot?
paper, scissors, shoot.
Okay.
And when you say shoot is when you do the thing.
Gotcha.
Jeffrey,
Here
I
we go.
can't find the link.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Scissors. Here we go.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Smash.
Here we go.
Wait,
rock, paper,
you had scissors. I had a rock. I won.
Oh, we're not doing best 2 out of 3?
Oh, fine. All right, here we go.
All right.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Besides, she's not done.
All right, you
I
got
cut
it.
paper.
Oh.
All right.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
No, this
You
is
crushed
not
me
I
how.
again.
smashed you again. All right.
No one's crazy enough to use
Hold
scissors
on,
every
I'm
time.
looking it up.
Podcast gold. All right. So we are presenting our. These
Yes.
are our individual challenges. Yeah.
Yeah, we never really actually talked about what the heck we were going to do, and
Oh,
I
I
thought
thought
maybe
it
we'd
was
do a round
individual.
table or something, or
Okay.
So if someone has, Adam, if you have
Here's-
another idea as well, we can
Well, here's
put them all in a
what
pot.
I've settled on because we've all been busy and been in different headspaces. So I
Yeah.
remember the individual part of the challenge.
Okay.
So this is what I have challenged myself to do. And I talked a little bit about it, I think, in the first 2 episodes, but that rejection therapy thing, that 100 days of rejection. And so there's a lovely person that took that person who originally came up with the 100 days of rejection and monetized it by creating these cards that you can either order or online or download, and it basically gives you challenges you with things to do that most likely, if you ask other people to do, they're not going to agree to,
Right.
and you're going to fail.
Okay.
But again, the idea is not to be successful, but just to ask the question. Because
Right.
I find that is my biggest thing, is getting past that initial sort of introduction, or that initial sort of moment of just speaking up and saying, hey, what about me? So by turning it into a game a little bit, because there's cards, right? I'm not
fun.
I'm not incentivizing any type of reward, so that would probably be the next step to be successful at this. Actually, it does incentivize by trying to turn it into a game, so that you could do it where you and another person draw 5 cards, and then you try to see who can accomplish the 5 cards first. But anyway, so that's sort of my goal, is to play through this deck of cards, and it's 1 card a day, and when the opportunity presents itself, or I may have to step out and sort of contrive a situation depending upon what my day day is like. The goal is to have 100 days of failure.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I love
right.
that.
Yeah.
So that'll be Adam's individual. We'll talk about our other individuals, and Sarah will do the group challenge. Sarah, do you have your
I
article?
can't find the link. I can't
that's
find
okay.
the link.
That's
I sent
okay.
it to you. I don't know.
Okay, well, you know what? That will give me something to post about on the Twitter and on the website. So if you want to
Awesome,
know
yes.
what our group challenge is and what
Yes.
the apps are, including links to the apps so that you can try them if you want to play
Yes.
along, I will post those up on assembler.fm, and just look for
Yes,
our show.
that would be helpful.
And there you go. If you want the full URL that Adam insists you'll never remember, if you
never.
want to defy Adam Montague, you can go to assembler.fm/u4c/6, where you'll find the episode show notes for episode 6, because that's the one that you're listening to right now in your ear face. Okay, great. I think I have an idea for my individual challenge.
Yeah.
But Sarah, do you have an idea for your individual challenge, or do you need an assist? Do you need to phone a friend? Are you going to keep doing this
I do
bracelet
need a
thing?
phone. I'm very unprepared because I thought
We didn't talk about
forgot,
it. We didn't talk about it.
I forgot that I had a thing this weekend, and so I was like, oh, I'll have a few more days. And then yesterday, just no, we're doing the podcast tomorrow. I was like, oh,
We had to.
well,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, okay. A softball would be that you could see how many days you can get to the challenge. We could shoot for you trying to make it to 21 days.
Yeah.
Or you could shoot for getting to a full 7 and then giving yourself permission to stop the challenge, and everything above 7 is just bonus. You like kind of a softball, a continuation.
That's fun. I don't know. I want to add more variety. I feel like, for me, my challenge would be, I think, trying to work on getting a more positive body image of myself, and not necessarily being as hard on myself and how I look, because it's very hard for me with everything. So maybe after I do the 7-day challenge, maybe trying to take steps to feeling better about myself, but maybe on one of the things of having a more positive outlook about how I look physically in a healthy way.
Okay. Well, then maybe I'll change what mine is. You guys help me pick. Okay, I've got 2, and they're both related to the show in a way.
Are we picking randomly based on your fingers, or are you going to describe? You know what I mean? Like at door 1,
I'm
door
going to
2?
describe
Yeah.
it. No, I'm going to describe it and I will let the tribe choose. I will
right.
turn myself over to the tribe. First, let's say we have no idea when we're coming back to do the next season, because Adam's got
Right.
big life stuff. We've all got big life stuff right now. We want to do this again, I believe, because this is fun. But it'll be probably like this again. It'll be a couple episodes, then we take a long break. A couple episodes, take a long break. So between now and the long break, I either, and this is the same challenge. This is number 1. I either want to lose 10 pounds or lose 5 to 8% of my body weight as far as fat goes, whichever is healthier. That's number 1, which is kind of in line with what Sarah's doing. Or number 2, I want to finish my side challenge that Scott sent me, and get this script and get this. I want to actually get the whole comic for Cricket 2 out the door, which is something I've been wanting to do for years.
Right.
In which this particular show inspired me to kind of get back on. But even since this following week, after it was no longer the challenge, I've already dropped off of it in a big way.
Okay.
So one is finish a large creative work, and the other is make a large physical change.
Yeah.
I think
Discuss.
Adam and I will be in agreement, and we'll say you should do both.
Oh, well, that's not what I was going to say.
Oh, weren't you? I was
You-
like, why not?
Were you crossing your arms again and tapping? I'm sorry. No.
No, that's not it at all. No, I just...
Here's what I would say are the benefits, the pros and cons of both. Because I feel that if you do the physical challenge, because you said it aligns somewhat with some goals that you have, Sarah. So I think it provides an opportunity for you two to do things together, right?
Yes.
And so I like that aspect of it. But I also know your frustration, and I know my personal frustrations with sort of long-term goals and projects. And it seems like while that has been sitting dormant for a bit, now that there's some life and energy in it again, I would say chase that. So
Yeah.
I don't want you to feel like you're overwhelmed. So I would say pick one or the other, and my gut says to lean towards the Cricket. But again, you know, you get to spend time with your lady.
Well, I mean, we
friend.
spend time together anyway.
You do.
In yoga pants.
So like, don't make fun of my yoga pants collection.
Oh, I thought he
yoga
was talking
pants.
about his yoga pants.
I was.
Oh. You mean your lack thereof?
They call me El Cid.
Well, I think because it's your challenge, you have to choose. But I support you 100% whatever you do choose. So.
Well, chances are, if I stay up all night writing, I'm going to quit eating, so I'm going to lose some weight anyway.
I'm still going to look for that article.
Okay. I'm going to do the creative challenge, and here's why. Because I've already thought through what the goal looks like and what that is, and the physical challenge, I'll probably still end up, I'm still going to be working on my health anyway.
Yeah.
But the physical challenge is, I haven't thought it through, I think, enough, and I could see, I could see reasons where it might not come out the way I wanted it to. I think I have hired. I don't know. I actually think the creative challenge is harder. I'm not gonna lie. I think the creative challenge is actually much harder because when I actually do start working out and stuff, I drop weight very quickly. So, hey, maybe we'll walk in and I'll have done both. But I'm gonna go with the creative challenge. That's what I'm gonna do. I'll have the book done, and at least the first issue will be ready to publish, if not published. But at least the first issue will be a fully formed thing.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm going to do while we're on break. And
It
I might
sounds good.
drop some weight along the way as well. There we go.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Is this a soft closing?
It seems like.
I don't know. I'm
Ride
still
off
trying to
into the
find that
sunset.
article.
Oh, don't worry about it.
I know,
Find it
I-
later. We'll post it. It'll
We'll
be fine.
post it.
Okay.
It'll be
We'll
fine.
find it.
I know.
It'll be
I mean, I know
fine.
Jeff might have it.
Oh, yeah,
But
but
my
I'm
phone's-
not, I couldn't really find it right now if I wanted
Yeah,
to.
all right, that's fine.
Yeah.
I know my phone's being weird, so. Anyways. Oh, I like that. That's good.
That's something for people watching the live stream. Right?
Thanks. Oh, Jeff, we never checked to see if the chatty thing was working.
I
Oh, I
kept
have been
checking.
checking it.
No
I have
one's-
been checking
Oh.
it. It's working. Scott never showed up. So,
well, well, we
let's all
tried.
give him the guilt face.
Oh wait.
No, he's probably living his life.
Yeah. Good for him.
Oh, that's a good. Yeah, good for you.
Way to
he's
live.
probably not on the internet since he's been,
Right.
working all day.
Good for him.
Like a human. Yeah, good for him.
I need a social life.
Well, this quiet, chill, winding down of the show here probably segues us into our closing,
That's right.
since we're
Yeah.
like 40-ish minutes in, which is long
Oh.
for this show.
Really long.
gotta say.
Yeah. Well,
So we're just gonna linger.
That's right. Well, we've lost the East Coast feed. They went out, and let's see
Yes.
here. We'll probably
What's the news on the ground, Adam?
It's kind of short. There's ants everywhere. Someone dropped a quarter, and I'm pretty sure there's a chalk outline of a body.
I see. You must be at Brewster's. What's the news over there, Sarah?
There's a campfire debate about which is better, beans or marshmallows. There's an angry bear chopping down a tree, and the raccoon is just chilling out in the hammock.
This just in, this podcast is dying.
Yeah.
Let's move to science.
So
Oh,
why
thanks.
are we coming back? Why?
I'm kidding.
No.
What?
I remember when the show was entertaining.
Back when it was pure. Yeah. We never should have moved away from that variety show format that worked so well for us. There we go.
The WITD. But to give you
Right.
something to segue to, I think let's get all upbeat and do some sign-offs.
All right. Yay.
Well, it was
Yes.
a great finale. I think it's about time for some sign-offs. If you're wondering why my hair is
Yeah.
suddenly down, you're going to have to go watch the extended Wandering in the
Extended
Desert
version.
edition to find out all of the conversation that you missed between now and then.
I didn't get a chance to change something physical about myself. Quick, let me shave.
Okay. Not there. Shave
Oh.
your face. Your face.
Oh, sorry.
No time. We're running out of tape. Tape?
All right.
Sign-offs. I'm Jeff, and I got all dressed up just so I could party down because I am up for the challenge.
I'm Sarah, and I'm now going to be a Four Eyes more often than not.
Hey, my name's Adam, and I found this extra large episode challenging.
Look at that.
Thank
Way
you.
to tie it all together.
Goodbye, Internet. We'll see you when we
Goodbye.
see you.
Let's see what this looks like when we get back.
Yeah. All right.
Stop
I'm
recording.
going to stop the broadcast. We're stopping it. Done. We're off the
Okay,
air.
hold it. No, we're not. We're still
Let's
live.
stop our recording.
No, we are.
Yeah.
Yes, let's.
Stop.
Garage band. Stop.